Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of Baby Bite Size. Say hello, Kira. Hello. It's me, Mr. Cheap Munch, and today I've got for you another review of what I thought of this week's Walking Dead. Yeah, no, it was good, wasn't it? Let's see, about the first 10 minutes of the episode there was quite a nice, rebonding between everyone. Everyone getting to know everyone's business, what they've been doing on their travels getting there. Especially between Tyrese and his sister and Daryl and Carol. So yeah, but of course in between some of them there's still a few little secrets here and there being kept, especially about what happened with the girls, stuff like that. Quite sure most people, if it's asked off camera, they just assume that they died to zombies or something. Maggie is puzzling me because she's not really asking much about his sister. She's just accepting that, she's just vanished into thin air thanks to some people. I would have been a bit more pissed off at Daryl for, considering he's the badass of the party, that he went and lost your sister. Yeah, so this episode we meet Gabriel, Father Gabriel. He was in the comics. Not actually a major part in the comics, but from this episode I do gather, and I've also got the feeling that his character is a lot more deeper and better developed already than his comic counterpart. Yeah, I'm wondering if he knew about Gareth's lot as well. He might have known about Terminus, he might have heard something or other. Wondering if that's why there was some etchings on the barn, or not on the barn, on the back of his church. Yeah, he's definitely hiding something more than about that girl he knew. Maybe even he knows something about what's happened with Beth. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see with that. But I am quite sure that Father Gabriel is hiding just a little more. Yeah, so Father Gabriel's obviously run out of food. They're all there. They've got a roof over their head. They need some food, so they go and forage in the last place that the father hasn't. There's a food bank. And even though Rick forces Father Gabriel to go with them, you see that he did actually want to go. Like a small part of him was probably happy that Rick dragged him along, basically, because for a while he was in there saying that he'd sinned, and you get to see what he sinned. What the sin was. He was obviously dating some younger girl, and he was worried about her, and we find out about that. While they're killing all the undead in there, Bob has a close encounter but is saved by Tyrese's sister. Later we get a speech from Abraham all about banding together and saving the world, and they all have a big toast with that. That hand nice, yeah. A nice tasty hand. If this ends up anything like the comic though, if you're a reader of the comic, then that's going to end. Bob seemingly gets emotional at that point. And as with most of the Walking Dead, a happy moment never lasts that long, does it? So he goes outside and gets caught by the remnants of Terminus, Gareth's group. while chatting to him, he points out that they are, yes, indeed cannibals, even though we like kind of guessed that from the Terminus. And that what he's done to Bob isn't personal. Bob then looks down and realises that his leg is missing. He got one leg gone, chopped off boy. Yeah. And then in the background you actually see it charring on an open fire, cooking his whole leg up. And which Gareth quite gruesomely tells him tastes surprisingly nice. I mean, how would you feel if someone was eating a chunk of you in front of you? That wouldn't be nice, would it? I mean, look, she's eating a chunk of herself. She's like having a munch on her hand there. So, you know, maybe she knows. Maybe she knows. So it's seen in the TV iteration here that Rick has himself created the Hunters. The Hunters were like a separate band, almost like the band Daryl met. So I guess they've kind of split the Hunters into two now. They managed to get 2 stories out of that rather than just the one. But yeah, so he's created this new, like the comic set of Hunters by destroying Terminus. Although the theory that this is part is pretty much going to play out, that, you know, that this part of it is going to play out pretty much like the comic does. This part of it. Here's the biggest spoiler though. If you've not read the comics, you might not, you might want to finish up here. But you see, Bob's obviously been bitten. I mean, he's gone out, he's crying, you know, all this and that. He's obviously been bit. And in the comic, if you've been bit, you're infected. And, you know, the Hunters are eating him, they're going to end up, like, being not very well. Because it actually kills you off in the comics, that does. So the Hunters have poisoned themselves by like eating him, so he'll have the last laugh. That's if it goes the same way as the comic though. You know, it might not. They might just like get a bit uppity. Yeah, so all in all, pretty good episode. The previews for the next one just show like a big all-out war happening between them. So we'll have to see how that goes. I wonder if anyone else will die. Yeah. So there's oh yeah, let's see if Rick go and all the others, because in the comic they go proper batshit crazy on these Hunters. I mean, they do some nasty shit to them. It's all off, you know, not in sight, but you know they've done some nasty crap to these Hunters. Yeah, so that's it for this week. I shall see you folks again next week. I should say bye bye. Bye bye.